Welcome to another episode of the A-List Music Club. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Truth. Hold on. And of course, I'm once again joined by Dominic and John. How's it going tonight, guys?
Good.
All right. And as you guys all know, this is the show where each week one of us picks a different CD or playlist or album or whatever. This time it was my turn. So I did something a little different and chose a soundtrack from one of my favorite movies, and that is
My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady. No, I don't think so. Although I do like that movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Awesome Mix Volume 1. And I won't talk a whole lot about the movie because we could always do that another time. But love the movie. I think this is a great collection of songs. These are supposed to be the ones that are off of Star-Lord's mixtape, of course, the Awesome Mix Volume 1. I love the fact that I hear these songs at work and kids will yell, Guardians of the Galaxy, you know? So it kind of has brought these songs a new life, if you will. What do you guys think of the album? I'll go in more into detail later, but
Yeah, great soundtrack. I mean, that song by the Raspberries, Go All the Way, that's got one of the greatest intros in rock and roll history, and then it turns into a pussy song. It sounds, when it first starts, it sounds like this is going to be a jam-kicking song. It goes, go all the way.
Sounds like Michael McDonald.
I mean, I like the song. Yeah. I mean, you can't argue with these. Are all great songs. The only one I have a problem with about it is the Rupert Holmes song "Escape," and I just have a moral problem with that song because it's about fucking cheaters. You know,
it's Thomas Hayden Church's song.
It is. It's about cheaters. You know, I've grown tired of my ladies. You know, that all that bullshit. You know, yeah. So you're a dick, and she's obviously a bitch. So maybe you deserve each other. But yeah, this is a great album. I mean, everyone, a great underrated song. Elvin Bishop fooled around and fell in love. Man, do yourselves a favor. Listen to some Elvin Bishop. What a guitar player he really was, or really is. Yeah, I like how it runs runs the gamut. I mean, you've got everything from like 10 cc's I'm Not in Love to the Jackson 5 to the Runaways with Cherry Bomb, you know. Just good stuff, man. Hooked on a Feeling, one of my favorite songs. I love that song. And Munagi Daydream by David Bowie. Good stuff. Great album. That was a good pick, Wes.
Yeah. I agree with you guys. It kind of reminded me of the I don't know if you remember this, Wes, but Dom, you probably do. Those old K-Tel hits of the 70s.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Not that it's a bad thing, just saying it reminded me of that, like a various artists hits of the 70s.
K-Tel came out with some great albums.
Yeah. Or now would be like 3 a.m. Time Life presents hits of the 70s kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that it's got like pop and some R&B and yeah, a lot of really good popular 70s songs.
Right.
Yeah, I can't hear that Ooga Chaka without thinking of this movie.
Yeah.
As soon as I hear that, I don't even like that song. That all I hear is Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, see, the thing is, John, is I grew up with all these songs. So like when I hear Ooga Chaka, I don't think of Guardians. I think of the song, you know. But I know it's in Guardians, but you know, that's not the main association where somebody your age, which is only what about you're about 15 years younger than me, that's enough of a gap to to make it that you would know the song more from Guardians of the Galaxy. I remember that song when it was being played on the radio, as a on CKLW on AM radio in Detroit.
I know the BJ Thomas version a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom likes him, so I listened to that growing up.
Yeah.
I like the David Bowie song. I like that it wasn't one of his big hits that's been played to death.
Right.
It's a different one. It's a good song too.
Yeah, it is a great song.
The only song I skipped was "I'm Not in Love" because it just drags on.
Yeah.
It's so slow and just. But "I Want You Back," I always think of Groot dancing.
Yeah. And Drax trying to catch him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a good soundtrack. You can't go wrong. Yeah, good pick.
Yeah, so I love the fact that James Gunn picked these songs for the certain scenes they appear in and wrote them into the script. Like, during this scene, this song will be playing, which is awesome. I really loved soundtracks as a kid. So this really made me nostalgic, kind of, when I got the whole when I realized that Guardians had this big soundtrack and stuff, and that's how I found a lot of songs back in the day off of soundtracks. As a kid, like I'd go see a movie and then be like, "Oh, what's that?" Like Wedding Singer has a great soundtrack, and I'd be like, that's how I discovered "You Spin Me Round" and "Love Stinks" and stuff like that. I'm like, "Oh, I'm buying this soundtrack."
Yeah.
So like it almost seems like it's a lost art nowadays. Like I don't know, other than like scores of movies, which aren't that memorable. Like I don't know that there's many soundtracks really, unless it's like a musical like Cats or something. But I wouldn't want that.
Nobody buys CDs anymore anyway.
Yeah, that's true. So this is like the most memorable soundtrack of the last decade that I can think of. This in Volume 2. But
yeah, how is Volume 2? I didn't look it up. How is it?
Volume 2 is good too. Yeah. See, I actually discovered "Hooked on a Feeling" from the Dancing Baby sensation for Ally McBeal. But yeah, I do love that song. "Go All the Way" I was not as familiar with, but I like it. It's a good song. Where'd my notes go? There we go. "Spirit in the Sky" I discovered off of Rock Band. So it's weird, like certain stuff. I always loved "Fooled Around and Fell in Love." Didn't Rod Stewart do a version of that in like one of his song books or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was. I always thought it was him. So maybe that's where I came up with it. When I hear "Come and Get Your Love," I can't help but dance when I hear that song. And that's actually what inspired me to pick this week, because I was at work and I walked in the stockroom and my boss had the song on. And I was dancing in the stockroom. And I'm like, I know what I'm picking this week. Yeah, I love the Pina Colada song "Escape." And there's an interesting Sugar Ray cover that they did on their latest album.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, Sugar Ray does a cover of it. It sounds a lot like this Rupert Holmes one, but it's worth a listen, because why not?
I'll have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. "Ooh Child" I like. "Ain't No Mountain High Enough," all great songs. Yeah. So I think it's a great album.
Rate it. I rate this album. I love this album. I rate it a 10.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty good. It kind of is almost one of those like now CDs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Songs I know, because the ones I have now, I don't know any of those damn songs. I'd probably have to give it probably an 8.
Okay.
But a really good 8, like 8.9. That's really good.
Yeah.
Just some of the songs are kind of overplayed, which isn't their fault, but
right. Yeah. I'm gonna go with a 10 because I really enjoy it, and I love that it's like I said earlier, it's opening these songs to definitely a new generation of younger audience. Even if they do associate some of these songs with Dancing Groot, there's a lot of worse things it can be associated with. So
true.
Okay, John, what's your pick?
My pick is Gilby Clarke, Pawn Shop Guitars. That was hard to
my
say.
God, that's a great guitar player, man.
I think you'll like this album, Dom.
Oh, I know Gilby Clarke, man.
Personally?
Huh?
Personally?
Yeah, he and I used to throw back shots and beers. Oh, fuck no, personally.
Who knows with you?
Oh yeah, maybe he's from Detroit or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited for this, and I think I've heard this CD before. I may have even had it at one time.
Okay.
But I had a couple of his.
I think you'll like it.
Oh, I think I will too.
Much better than Urge Overkill.
Huh?
Much better than Urge Overkill.
Oh, well, goddamn 2 cats screwing is better than Urge Overkill.
So we'll be back next week. But John, you want to talk a little bit about your podcast?
Sure. We Like Wrestling Podcast. The podcast is about wrestling by wrestling fans. 4 guys hanging out, discussing wrestling, having a good time. Wrestling reviews, interviews, tournaments, current events, wrestling related. We talk about it. We're on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, wherever you find your podcasts. Instagram, WLWPod1. Facebook, We Like Wrestling Podcast. We're on Twitter. We have a merchandise page. We Like Wrestling Podcast.
All right. And of course, for me, you can subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/westside of515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTruePaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WestSaylist. Until next time, Truth out.